The life. Esotericism didn't make a difference in the face of what is right. When I saw the spring, the wind blew over me, letting me see that what I had wanted, a kind of life that I desired, was in reach if I was only a half-decent human being. If I would have acted on belief since it was all along the starting point to achieving a life worth living, everything would have fallen into place by the time the spring had come. Mysticism and knowledge, whether hidden or abroad, showed itself not to be second to none, since it didn't matter how much I know, it mattered what I did with my own life. I went along studying the many outlooks and testimonies, whether false or real. I went along finding the truths of cosmic routines and cycles. I went along exposed to the hidden truths attached to agendas and truths that superseded all. To find that, as much as I found, it did not compare to having lived a good life. I went along seeing the politics attached to every what thing of importance. I went along to see the potter's clay. Knights Templars and crusades with mixed agendas as they stormed the front to reform what people, although tossed every which way and fro. Although the wicked have held the book in their hand and played with people's lives through times in sand, still the book has everything anyone needs for their lot, the Holy Bible, yes. It's not a medical book, yes, it's not particular of one subject or another. But what are you supposed to tell your children? Graphic stories of man's history? Or a book that has already captured the matter of it all? Who can understand spirituality, since sometimes we believe and sometimes we know it to be real? Who can understand light and darkness, since it's placed before us every day and we seem to never come to terms with where we stand, whether night or day? We've been told the truth. It's there, it's not subjective, since it all equates to the same meaning of light and darkness, shadow and day. Christ, Savior, gives up his life so that the innocent may always have a say. We believe the only light there is the one we can see, but spirituality isn't so physical, not even ethereal, since spirituality is living awareness of what is life. And sometimes we brush by what is dead. What do we choose? A true vine as the man who lived a truthful life emanates more than any kind, or necrosis and the esoteric works which are hidden for good reason? Because for whatever testimony, I can say that day in the spring showed me that I was always waiting for to start a good day, but of course did not act in faith. Did I live a good life? No. Did I live to see the truth? Yes. If I can't take it on faith, the power of a good man, I can always walk the way and find myself again seeing the same truth come arise on a different day. But really, how much do I want to be forgiven for, since no one in truth wants to walk the paths to war? The question continues, how much do I want to be forgiven for, since simplicity kept overreaching into complication, and I honestly don't know if I'm able to or willing to learn my lesson. I throw one stone away from me at a time, and if I drink, is that all I am given to wine? Once again, it did not matter what I saw and what I learned about the intricacies of this world or existence. I only came to a day, evening, or morning, and found that all was needed was a good life. And with that, I would have seen Christ. God bless, love you, but I can no longer say I'm sorry. My apologies are always in my eyes and in my heart. And what I've done is no menial thing, since I had almost destroyed myself, as the wicked try, who is Christ, all the righteous and the innocent of the world to who he was himself. To without, none of us would be alive.